All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Thor. How are you doing today, man?
Good morning. I'm awesome. Had a great evening. We had a great class last night in the BBT mentorship room. Had a lot of participation. Had a bunch of people come in. Had great conversation. Looking forward to closing out this week strong today. We got some stuff moving. So
Yes, absolutely, guys. So happy Friday. With that said, let's look at what we had yesterday, Thursday. Here's our watch list starting with Billy. Let's get our 5-minute chart in here and kind of see what we had in there. Here we go. So Billy, guys, we knew Billy didn't have a great pre-market action. It wasn't great, but we seen the stock trade so well, and we got a piece of that yesterday. Look at this beautiful drop here, guys. It actually started going right before the pre-market action. Before the, I'm sorry, the intraday, right before the intraday, the market open. There we go. But right before the market open, you start getting this drop off, this 52.02, and then right at the bell, you see another great drop here as well. Beautiful continuation, a little bit of a pullback here, and then another great drop. Don't worry about this right now, right? Well, this all you have right now is this. This information just amazing for a possible drop. Obviously, it recovers quickly on this one candle here, but without looking at this was an amazing drop. Great opening range breakdown for the 5-minute. Also, if you look at the 1 minute, you can see a lot of opportunities happening here as well for the breakdown. Just a really nice play on Billy. Then you get this aggressive push back up towards the VWAP, and then another slam back down towards the low of the day. This time doesn't run as much, right? You don't get the big run like you did in the first market open, but still a great play here on Billy. After that, guys, gets very choppy, and I know these moves are pretty big. I mean, you're going from 142 all the way up to 143. So if you're timing some of the scalps in here correctly, you know, you could have had a really nice day with Billy alone. But then from there, once the volume starts dying down, it becomes a little bit more tougher to trade. Audio is cracky this morning. Let's check. Is that
yeah, a little bit.
in our main
Sounds
chat
good to
room?
me, but I'm in a different place.
Yeah, it could sound good to us because we're direct connected here. Let's check something. Let's disconnect. All right, YouTube, you should be okay. YouTube guys, you guys can hear us okay? Is it cracky on your end, or is it all good there? We'll wait for our friends at YouTube to respond, and then we'll connect back on our chat room here. Make sure everything is good to go. All right, guys, I just refreshed the mic. Is that a little bit better or no? Is it my voice? Maybe my voice. Same. Okay.
And it
All right.
sounds the same.
So YouTube is good. So this is what we'll do. So if YouTube is okay, I'm gonna completely refresh the website, guys. In the chat, we'll be back in just a couple of seconds here. All right, we'll get our chat room refreshed there. I'm gonna close out the browser completely and open it back up. All right, cool. So YouTube is perfect. Thank you guys for confirming that. Appreciate that. And let's go back into our website here and turn the mic back on. All right, perfect. Here it is. So all right, hopefully that sounds better. If it doesn't, I do not know what else we can try here. So let's get a confirmation, guys. Is that better?
Yeah, I think that seems like that's better.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's get our screen up, and hopefully that doesn't mess up anything. And here we go. Get the video going for our chat room. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, let's get rolling. So we're talking about Billy. So again, just an amazing stock there. Sun W was okay. You had an initial pop breakout some of the pre-market levels that we had on here, but it was very difficult to trade. This price action was not clean at all, guys. So again, just a very difficult on Sun W. I didn't really like that one. Neo was also very choppy at the start. You did get this drop and just kind of every candle just overlapping the previous candle, so not great. And then you just get this down drop here. If you had a good entry, you were able to survive some of these pullbacks. But again, just not the cleanest drop on Neo. It was a downtrend out of the gates here for sure. But again, just not the easiest trade. eBay was nice though. If you look at eBay, guys, you had an amazing drop here, right off the 63.07 level that we were looking at. We had this in our pre-market levels. It comes right down to that. It fakes you out a bit, right? It does look like it wants to rip here above the 64.37, and then just completely completely slams down towards the low of the pre-market, and look at the continuation here. So just an amazing drop on eBay. This was definitely one of the cleanest plays we had yesterday. QCOM, although it doesn't trade very well, yesterday did trade very nice and very clean too. Again, another pop trying to break out of some of the pre-market highs, and then slams down again nicely into some of these lows here. I mean, this thing went all the way from 152, almost 150, 170, down to 145-ish, 17. So again, just a beautiful drop here in QCOM. eBay and QCOM were really nice to trade yesterday. Very, very clean. All right, so let's take a look, and we have some other ones. Thor, I know Piton was your baby yesterday. I know that one would trade it very, very nice, and you wrote this thing almost for the entire day, correct? What was your trade on this one?
Yeah, I had a really good day on Piton yesterday. It was I didn't really trade a whole lot. I had a kind of a pre-earnings idea on Piton that I had been watching, and the daily chart was set up a certain way. And so I was really kind of looking to see what it was going to do. It opened the right way, so I just got long in it and then just kind of sat back and let it do the work. And it basically just ran up all day. So been a while since I've actually had a nice all-day trender. So
Nice.
it was quite enjoyable, but also kind of funny because after it closed and the earnings came out, which were quite positive actually, it gave up the entire day's gains and then some. So a whole day for nothing, I suppose, for anyone still holding the position.
That is tough, that's for sure. All right, guys, let's take a look at what we have in our gappers list today. Again, both lists, as usual, very, very long. Again, just seems to be the normal situation now with this gappers list. A lot on the green side today. We're going to go to the top 5 or 6 or so. Some of these ticker names I have not seen before, or if we have, they don't look great, but we'll get to it, and then we'll see what's gapping down, and then we'll look at any other stuff that you guys might like this morning as we get into this Friday, last day of the week. Let's try to make it a good one here. All right, so let's remove our watch list from yesterday. Let's get this out of the way. Oops. Let's do that again. Come in here. Let's delete this. There we go. And let's make some room. And we will start with two lower flow stocks. We have AREC this morning. This one, 11 million shares float right now, sitting at 18 million shares flow, 11 million on volume traded, right? 18 million of a share flow in here. So this one, pre-market action, very active right now. So we can definitely add it to our riskier pile this morning. We'll put that on there. Did we see that earlier this week, or let's get the daily? I thought we saw this. Was it early this week? Oh yeah, we did. This thing was on our scanners. We can see here this has been gapping up the last couple of days. So this definitely has been very, very active. We'll see. We'll keep it on here. Got some good volume. 12 million right now, up 66%. Actually, this doesn't belong up here, but down here where it should be at. All right. KR, 22 million shares flow, and this one right now is up 53%. 1 million shares traded. Again, so slightly above that 20 million shares flow size that we like to look at. But I'm still going to put this down as on the riskier side. Again, it is a lower flow type stock. It is a lower price as well. We do got some great volume at the moment, up 52%. Let's see if this thing is going to get going today. Had a nice breakout a couple of days ago, about 2 weeks back here. We're going from $3 all the way up to $6. Today we have a nice range between 5 and almost 9.50. So again, pretty good range this morning. Let's see if KR is going to do something for us today. TDC, this one is up 39%, 119,000 shares traded. Pre-market action is looking better after 8 a.m. this morning. Before that, not much going on, so we can see what happens here. What I don't like about it right now is the daily. The daily seems very, very choppy. Also, not a whole lot of volume on this stock today. Again, today we're already trading 120,000, which for the most part is what they do on a regular basis, right? They're barely trading a whole lot of volume here, besides these couple of days here where we have some good volume hitting 9.2. But aside from that, they don't get a whole lot. So maybe a possible for now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the only thing they've really got catalyst-wise is they have a little bit of an upgrade from BOA. But I don't know. Did they have they had earnings, didn't they? They had earnings on yesterday, and they have an upgrade today.
Okay.
They've got a little catalyst, but I agree with your analysis on how it trades.
Yeah, no, it's we'll have to see how this thing goes, because right now it's not looking all that great. Also, you got to watch how you trade this, if it fits into your risk profile, because man, this thing can move, right? $34 all the way up to 40 in a matter of 15 minutes here. That's a big move, and not with a whole lot of volume. So that's what scares me. When you have these big moves with not so much great volume, that price action could be very, very spotty and choppy, and the spread is usually not going to be great when you're moving like that with such volume. Now, if you're sitting here with 1.2 million, then yeah, you're getting a lot of shares being traded here, so the volume is going to be very tight. The spread is going to be a lot tighter. It's going to be easy to read that price action, which is huge for us, right? The way we trade price action, well, Thor, you know this with the volume and everything, how big that is for our trading. So if you don't have that, it could be very difficult to kind of predict what is the next possible move on a stock, right? Based on possibilities. MGNI, this one here is up 23%, 523,000. I do like the pre-market action on this one, looking very good after 7 a.m. this morning. The daily looks decent. Not so much volume for the most part, sitting around 6 million, maybe 4 million on any given day, but today looks good. I think we can add this one for now. MGNI, we'll throw that on there. Lizi, Lizi, we have been looking at this one for some time. This thing has been pretty much on fire, guys. Today we're up another 14%, 2.7 right now as far as volume goes, and pre-market action extremely active this morning. Let's throw that on there. The float on this one's 34 million shares float, so it's not a low flow stock, but again, you want to be careful. It can move quite a bit here, so you want to be mindful of it, the number of shares you take on that one. Next we have Ego. Ego, it is up 13.2, 176,000 shares traded. Pre-market action is not looking all that great. We do have one pop here that came out of 135. I'm sorry, 835. But aside from that, I'm not seeing anything else. I mean, we just got this kind of this one breakout here with not great volume. Now with this stock, it's not going to move on you, you know, $2-3. So the risk management part can be pretty easy on this one. Maybe a possible. We'll come back to that one. Pins, and we'll do ATBI next, and we'll stop there. We'll go look at what's gapping down. Pinterest this morning, they are up 10%. Real nice. It's a nice big pop for Pinterest.
Yeah, it was their own earnings.
Excellent. Yeah, I like that. So we'll put Pinterest here today, guys. Looking very good. Pre-market action is not looking the best, but we know they don't usually put in a great pre-market action, but they still can be in play. So definitely in play today. Earnings last night, Thor, you said? Yeah, it looks like right here.
I'm double checking that. I out of my memory, that's what I remember. I'm checking to see if that's actually true. I believe so.
Okay, excellent. All right, so like that one, we'll definitely keep an eye on that one. Let's go back up. Earnings.
Fourth quarter earnings beat estimates. So,
okay, yeah, nice. So that's looking good. ATVI also popping up nice, another 10% this morning. 126,000 shares traded. Looks like earnings last night as well, or at least some kind of news, because last night they really got going. Actually, the entire move was really done last night here after hours. So today, pre-market action starting to get going. Earnings as well. Let's add ATVI. ATVI is, I remember one time ATVI, all these gaming stocks. Was it June last year? You said? You said June? I thought you said June or something. But I remember there was when the gaming stocks were really active, man. This one was a good one to trade. It has some good movement. So they're up nice this morning. Great pre-market action. Well, not a great pre-market action so far, but a great pop at the moment. Love the daily on this. Let's see if this thing is going to trade well today. So ATBI is on the list for sure. All right, I'm gonna stop here. Oh, look at GameStop. That's GameStop. What's that GameStop doing today? They're up 7%, but to me this doesn't look up at all when you're up from what 500. This looks like you should be gapping down somehow. I don't know why you're up 8% at the moment, but yeah, GameStop is. I think the fun is over. This is just insane. All right, let's see what's gapping down this morning. AAGG. Yeah, they're not holding the line anymore, Mauricio. That's the line has been broken on GameStop. AACG, this one here is down 38%, excuse me, and is 1.1 million shares traded right now. So again, it's got some good volume, but that volume is not trading clean though. If you look at this pre-market action, it's not all that clean at the moment. Hopefully it can get better. For the most part, this thing has not done anything right in the past, sitting at what, $1.50. Yesterday had a breakout day. Let's see how they traded yesterday. Was it anything clean that we can actually take advantage of? Let's take a look here. So it looks like it started breaking out around 1 o'clock with some good volume. Could be interesting. It is a 9.3 million shares flow. So again, we need a better pre-market action out of this one. But we'll put it on here. AACG. We'll put it on here with our riskier pile. For those joining us for the first time, here's our main list, what we like so far right now. Here's our secondary list. This is kind of like our possibles that do have potential. And then this stuff is active, has volume, gapping up or down huge. But again, usually our riskier stocks are mainly falling to that low flow category. Anything under 20 million shares flow is usually considered for us, you know, a lower flow stock, so you have to be very, very careful. DTEA here. No, pre-market action looks horrible. Not a whole lot of volume there, so we'll skip on that one. Also, lower flow stock sitting at 14.2. Here is U for umbrella here. What do we have? Pre-market action down 11.6, 783. Daily is horrible, by the way. Yeah, this is a really bad one. Doesn't get a whole lot of volume as well. Very low. Yeah, this is not good. So we'll skip on that one for now. Let's see here. What do we have? We have. How's the sound, guys? Is it still good, or hopefully everything is good there? VERU. This one here. Good. All right, perfect. Yeah, this looks bad too. Had a nice pop out day yesterday, out of 10 over to 15, 14.50. Today, not doing a whole lot. They're down 10.7, but again, not a whole lot going on as far as pre-market action. Sava was the madness 2 days ago here. Yesterday, pretty much sold off the entire day. Did try to get to that 120, then slams back down all the way down to 65. So again, today they are pretty much I want to say flat, but they're down 6.5. It looks almost flat with the type of way they've been moving. I mean, the breakout happened at gap at 32, went all the way up to 117 yesterday, and now we're back down to 60. So pre-market I mean, the action yesterday was pretty clean based on looking at this. Again, just got to be careful. We do have shits for short on this one. I think this one is in play, guys. I think it can be very interesting. Again, this thing can move $2-3 in a matter of minutes. So that kind of tells you know what, this belongs in a risky pile, by the way. It's in play for sure, but you have to be so careful with this one. All right.
Yeah, Sava can have some good moves, but it can be tricky sometimes.
It absolutely can be very, very tricky, guys. AVXL, what do we have here? Pre-market action down 7.8 this morning, 900,000 shares traded. Not a clean pre-market action, though. I know it was active yesterday. Let's see how it played out. I didn't watch it closely, but yeah, it was active yesterday. But I don't like some of these gaps in here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Let's keep it off for now. Here is Snap. Snap is down 7%. Thor, what's the latest and greatest on Snap? This looks interesting.
Let me look. I didn't see
it. Looks might have been earnings or maybe a filter gone wrong there, but they are definitely down nicely. I'm gonna keep an eye on them.
I know they recently had earnings. They topped earnings yesterday. So maybe it actually someone in the room mentioned they are a Pins competitor, so they had good earnings yesterday, but having Pinterest come out with also really good earnings and increased stuff, you know, that could have a negative impact maybe. So maybe we're getting a second day play with a little pressure from a competitor. Maybe it could be fun.
I agree. So Pins is up nicely 10%, Snap is down 7%. Yeah, this could be good, very good for us. So we'll see. Volume on Snap right now looking good, 755,000. Pre-market action is a little bit choppy, but that's okay. Snap can still get the volume and change this around as far as action. So we'll keep Snap on there. Last one here, GPRO. No, it's not looking good. Thor, what do you like? Anything that we have not gone through this morning?
So I got a couple just on the side that I want to watch that aren't in the main system, and they're not that they're showing in the pre-market yet. I do like QCOM you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
They had good stuff going on, but they're having some really big supply constraints, and that's you know, really hurting their financials bottom line. So they're getting some pressure on their stock price because of that. That could help there. I know Canada has just extended their cruise ship ban until 2022, as of recent. So I'm going to keep an eye on travel sector to see if there's any impact on the cruise lines, to see if that affects them in any capacity. And then Luckin Coffee has filed for bankruptcy. So I'm going to be watching Starbucks to see if there is any positive catalyst for Starbucks, because there's also news that Starbucks is going to be able to move more heavily into the Chinese market, since since LK going out is going to leave a gap to be filled by somebody else. So and that's it.
You guys remember LK, how fun that was. I mean, it's just insane here. So Starbucks is SB. What is the Starbucks ticker again? SB.
S-Bucks.
X-Bucks. Yeah, there we go.
SBUX.
XBUX. All right, so that's a good possible play there. Not much going on right now, but based on what you're saying, that could be a good possible to watch. That could be the sleeper for today, if anything.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
exactly. Just some I'm keeping on the
Yeah.
side.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's head into our chat room, guys. Let's see what we have going on there. Let's start with Lucio. Lucio's giving us Ford earnings. Ford is active today. 3.3 million shares traded right now. They're up 4.3. They had earnings last night, or they're having earnings. What's the situation? Looks like last night they had some action going on here. Yeah, Ford is interesting. I'm gonna put as a possible because sometimes they don't move a whole lot, but today they already have great volume, and their
Yeah,
pre-market
they have
actually is
good
looking
earnings
good.
today.
Yeah, yeah, pre-market is looking good too. So
Just
Ford
remember,
is
Ford's
on
a
the list.
NYSE stock, and it can
Yeah.
tend to trade a little bland because of that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the issue of these big time stocks, But we'll keep it on here. Let's see if you can get 5 cents, 10 cents out of Ford, you're in good shape. But today you might be able to get 15 cents. We'll see. All
Hmm.
right, let's go back up here. Who do we have? Let's look at. I lost my spot. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna start with Bobby here. So Bobby's giving us American Apple. So Apple, let's take a look at that one. Apple's daily looks really good, guys. Been consolidating here. Again, getting above this 136. Didn't have a big day yesterday, but today their daily looks like it wants to explode here. It just needs some volume and direction. I mean, obviously, all the stocks would love to have that, but Apple can do that better than anybody else, right? Right now, 1 million shares traded. I think it's worth taking a second look at on Apple. And if we don't keep it on our list, we know Apple, right? If it starts hitting our scanners on high of day breakouts, if it starts hitting, the bull flag and things like that with wild volume, we can take a look at it easily because that ticker, when it gets going, it can be very well played here. Piton, we talked about a little bit earlier. Piton, possibly a continuation today. Right now, 442,000. Again, did trade very well yesterday. They are down right back where they started the day, which is insane, as we were mentioning before. Do they have the legs to go up for another run here to test that high from yesterday, right? Let's see. We'll take a second look. Fuel cell. Now, fuel cell, personally, I don't like the way this one trades. The daily does look interesting, though, guys, for possible breakout here. So if you do like this one, keep it on deck. It's up 2.6 this morning, 358. Pre-market action actually does look decent. And they get a heavy volume too, though. These guys are trading in the well above the 30 million, 50 million shares per day. So, they're going to get the volume. Definitely keep an eye on this one if you like the way that one trades. Mauricio is giving us a few here. Let's take a look at them quickly. Solo right now. I like the pop they had yesterday. The day right now is looking pretty quiet for the most part as far as this pop. You could see when you have this breakout here. Today could be that secondary play today. Maybe things come back down to reality a little bit here, or they take off again. It can go either way. But again, it can also just be choppy on a day like today, deciding are we going to hold this level up here or not. Right, that's a big move they had yesterday from 8 all the way up to 980. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? We'll take a second look. Doesn't hurt to take a second look at it, but most likely I might not keep this one. CCIV, you guys know how I feel about this one. I think it's a difficult stock to trade. At the moment, pre-market action up 2.3, 1.1 million shares traded. Let's look how it traded yesterday. Yesterday it did sell off and came back up. So again, it's just the price action on this for me. It's just not as clean, right? It looks clean now, but if you look at the price action, I find it difficult to read. So I'm not going to add it for that reason. But if you look at the daily, yes, the daily does look interesting. Possible continuation here back up to some of these highs, 35. I'll be looking for this one in my scanners. I'll take a quick look and see if anything looks great. LISI, we do have. That one is good. JG, see a lot of people throwing this one out. JG, let's take a look there. JG, let's see what's happening. Come on now. JG, there you go. Let's see what we have. Oh, this is up 181%. This is very nice. What do we have here as far as volume? I mean, flow. The flow is 79, so it's not a low flow stock, but you still want to treat it like a risky trade this morning. I mean, it's just last 15 minutes. We're going from 9 to 11:34 here. Great volume, 13 million.
The ladder on the L2 runs up to 20-cent spreads. If you read down through the ladder. There's easily 20-cent spreads. So having a 10-cent stock move 20 cents at a time is like having a $100 stock moving like $2 or $3 at a time. I mean, it's a really huge spread for such a small stock.
Agree 100%. We're gonna put JG over here, guys, for now. Again, risky pile definitely in play, very active this morning. All right, let's head on down. It's a lot going on today. Let's look at this one, LAIX. What do we have there? This one's also up at 200%. LAIX, what is the float on this one? Sitting at 26 million shares flow. So another lower type flow stock that's moving very well this morning. Very, very active. We'll look at all these risky ones here together, and we'll fine tune this. We'll add this one on here now. We'll pick the best, maybe 3 or 2 to keep on here out of all of those. But again, a lot going on there. Here is Love, LUV. And what we got going on here. So LUV had a big day yesterday, nice big pop here, possible continuation. See the difference between what's the other one we just had? Was it Solo, or what's the one we just had? Yeah, no, it wasn't that Solo. Maybe it was Solo. Hold on a second. Okay, see this one here. So you had the big breakout yesterday, but today you're kind of gapping down a little bit. Now we have to decide what we're going to do here. You know, we're going to come down or head back up. Now, opposed to what we just looked at, which was Love, right? I like this much better, because again, you had a big day yesterday, and now you're pushing up against, above this area of your previous day close, right? You're pushing up against some of the resistance levels here, so you got some room to run. I like this much better for a possible continuation than the opposite play where you have it here. Again, the other one could turn out very good as well, but this one, it has the momentum. Can it keep going? Now, right now, it's battling a very strong level of resistance, guys. I mean, look at the daily here, beautiful rejection there, another great rejection here, and just a couple of weeks back, another rejection at 49.50. So if you can break out of this 49.50, you can be in for a hell of a ride on Love this morning. I like that one. I'm going to add it on here. I know the pre-market action is not great right now, but that daily looks very nice this morning. All right, let's look at Apple. We do have GameStop. It's not even fun anymore. Not Facebook, but Ford we do have on deck. VLDR, let's see what we have here. VLDR, I'm not getting a lot out of this one. Very choppy daily right now. It's not much going on, just kind of hanging around this previous day close line, some of the highs and lows, and the pre-market action is not definitely popping out as something that's really in play this morning, so we'll skip on that one. JG, we do have, again, possible low flow in play today, very active. Heading on down, F earnings, we do have that. That's good, and not F earnings, but Ford earnings there. Workhorse, what do we have for Workhorse? Workhorse, nice day yesterday. Today, it could be such a hit or miss with Workhorse. I think we got so much good stuff today. I'm gonna keep this one on the side for now. And we know that ticker. We can look at it for scanners. American Airlines, did we take a look at that one? What do we have going on there? No, it's really not in play today, American Airlines. The daily, yes, the daily does look good, possible breakout, but as far as for the market open right now, I don't see anything explosive coming out of that one. All right, guys, we have to stop here. You guys are on fire today. I mean, I haven't been gone down half down the list, but I noticed some of the ones you guys are mentioning were mentioned by others, so we might have looked at already. The one that I see is being mentioned a lot that I'll take a look at is TIGR. That one, a lot of you guys are throwing that one out. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, yes, this is nice. This is moving. TIGR, we'll take a look at that. And then over on YouTube, let's see if we can catch a few that we did not cover. Let's start here with Melissa QCOM. We do have, that's good. SPCE, let's take a look at that one. This one right now, I don't know, it's up 1.7. Daily looks rather interesting. They've been just slowly grinding here, heading higher. I'm not sure about space at the moment, so we'll take a second look, but I'm not sure about that. All right, there we go. Sean is giving us, is that good? A ticker or good? That is good. Probably good. That is good. Yeah. Yeah, it's not as a ticker. Yeah, but that's probably not what you're watching. Apple is good. We have that one. Snap, we do have. Piton, we do have. That's good. Amazon, I really don't trade Amazon. Starbucks, we do have there, so that's good as well. Twitter, what's going on with Twitter? We know we have pins and we have Snap, but Twitter is definitely not in play today because there's no volume there at all. Piton, we do have. BLNK was very active a couple of days ago. Today, not doing a whole lot, so we'll skip on that one. Fuel Cell is good, guys. You can add that on there. I don't have it on my list. I personally don't like the way it trades, but that one is a good one. And we'll have to stop here. Okay, cool. All right, let's head over to announcements, guys. We'll come back and break down this list here. Let's get our announcements page. if I can find it. Oh, there it is, but why is it blank? All right, let's take care
That's
of
not
that.
going to help.
That's not gonna help at all. Yeah, we need you, man. We need a page here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna load this up, and we should be get going pretty fast here, because we do need something here there to show our viewers.
Well, I've been around for like almost every minute of the whole week, so it's not like I couldn't probably just recap the
Oh, go
week.
for it, man. Go for it.
Nah, we'll get it up there. But we have had a fun week. There we go. There's some stuff. So we had a really fun week this week. At least I did. It's been a very active week here. We had on Tuesday, I did a webinar for everyone talking about the intros into trading using pivots. And we talked a lot about market auction theory. That was a lot of fun. And then on Thursday night, we talked more about that and expanded on it during the mentorship session that's on Thursday nights. Coming up on Tuesday, February the 9th, we have a town hall Q&A with Andy Kirshner. And we're going to be talking, he's been a successful trader for quite a bit, so he's going to be a really good person to kind of interface with, ask questions, and different perspective, on what someone else has been doing. And I think that's going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to that a lot. That's going to be great. We had in the Mastermind Pro course, we had the Magic of Trend Lines presented by Dr. Kenneth Reed. And then we've got Creda that's going to be coming up on next Wednesday, February the 10th. Title of that one is Putting the Jigsaw Pieces of the Mental Edge Together. This is going to be really awesome because we do talk about, hey, you need to get your edge. We need to get your edge, but nobody really talks about how you get your edge and how you put all of that together. So I think this is going to be really interesting to think of, when you're formulating that edge and you're building that psychological resilience, never happens overnight. So there's obviously got to be some building blocks and a process there. And hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about that coming up soon. Member trade of the day. As most of you know, at BBT, we have a little fun competition we like to play. And what we do is we have on our Twitter there that we do the member trade of the day. So if you don't have a Twitter, super easy to get one. Just sign up. And then after you do your trade, do a screenshot of it, put some notation on it, tell us what you were thinking, why you took what you were taking, and then tag at Bear Bull Traders, at Mike BBT, Mike BBBT, and at Norm BBT. Use the hashtag BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market, and then you'll be a runner in our BBT Trade of the Day. Each member of the Trade of the Day is going to be kept throughout the week, and then at the end of the week, we are going to go review those and come up with a Trade of the Week. And the winner of the Trade of the Week gets all the accolades, respect, love, and admiration from all of his fellow people, as well as we often like to have them do a YouTube video for us to post out there talking about their amazing trade. Winner announced every Monday during the closing show and on Twitter. If you are interested in checking out Bear Bull Traders and seeing why what you're missing out on, which I'm going to say you would be, you can come in and try our chat room for a week for only $24. I mean, I can't think of any other way to spend 24 that's going to be more beneficial to your trading experience. So I'm obviously going to say give this one a roll. Only $24. You can spend that a lot of ways, and why not spend it on trying to improve things, right? So code premarket24 if you're interested in doing that, and that gets you also access to our onboarding class with our very own Carlos. Shows you how everything works, kind of give you an introduction to trading, and you can kind of find out a little bit if this is what's for you. Once you figure that out, you're going to want the best deal possible, and that is our annual elite membership, 40% off that using code NEWYEAR40.
All right, thank you, Thor. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's jump into this. So let's see what we got going on here. I see our friend Brian is short LISLICI, right? So he's short this one. He already has covered. All right, so he probably covered on this drop there. Very nice. All right, that one is looking good today. Very active, definitely on our list this morning. All right, let's go through what we have here. First, let's get rid of some of our possibles. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Actually, let's start with our with our risky pile. Again, we have our main list, secondary list, and also our risky list down here. So let's look at what looks good there. I only want to keep about 2, no more than that. So we have LAIX. This one's very active. Okay. This one's dropping down here. Maybe we'll take this one off. Let's get rid of that one. AAREC. KRKR, not great. AACG, this one is starting to really get going here. Had a big day. Yes, that's interesting. We'll keep that one. Sava is what are we doing here? We are, oh, here we go. That was interesting too, man. They all look pretty, you know what? They all look very good, guys. JG looks good. SAVA looks interesting as well. We do have shares for sure. This one very nice. You know, they're all active. We'll keep them on here. KRKR doesn't look great. Let's get rid of that one. It could get better, but maybe this one we'll get rid of. And now we have about 4, which is still way too many for risky stocks to watch, right? Again, guys, be very, very careful with these right here. Again, I have them here, but for the most part, I probably won't be looking at them. They won't be sitting on any of my screens. It's just something you go back and look at, see if something is hitting your scanners. If it's trading well, it's an opportunity for a quick scalp. Absolutely take it. But again, that's not going to be my focus on this morning. All right, let's look at our secondary list. The Ford is very active this morning. We'll definitely keep that one. TDC, this one looks interesting. That's a going for a possible Ego starting to get going here. That's good. CCL, let's get rid of right now. A Starbucks. Starbucks is a possible play, Thor, you have on there, but I'm going to get rid of it from this list based on the pre-market action right now. But we can look for that in our scanners. Apple is interesting. You know, the daily is interesting. Let's keep it on there. Good possible. Piton, I do like this one on here for a possible breakdown if we can go. I mean, this thing, like you said, Thor, this thing is did so well yesterday and it just gave it all back. So that's interesting.
Gave it all back.
Yeah, that says a lot. We definitely got to watch that for a continuation there. Looking at Solo this morning. Again, we do have this great day yesterday. Today can just chomp around. I would love to see this break some of the highs, right? So the high of the day's scanner will be a good one for this one. If it can break that or get above this previous day close, go green, maybe can be a good one. But for right now, I'm going to get rid of it for our list. Here is Love. Love is very, oh, okay. See, now it's starting to get very, very interesting. We're breaking out of this great level of 49.50. That has been a good area of resistance. Is it going to have legs to keep going here? I really like the way Love looks here. It might actually be one that we move up to our main list. Space, guys, I'm gonna remove it. It just doesn't look clean as far as everything else we're looking at. Again, it can be very active. We've seen the days this thing has been putting in some very nice white body candles in here on the daily. So again, that tells me there's direction movement, which is nice. For example, this day here going from 58 all the way down to 50. The following day from 49.75 all the way up to almost 60 again, 58. So you got some good movement in here, right? But today pre-market is just not giving us a lot of love right now, so we're gonna skip on that one. All right, let's look at our main list, and I'm inclined to move Love up to our main list. So let's see what we can get rid of our main list here. MGIN looks good, guys. Very active this morning, up 26%. LIZI dropping nicely this morning on the pre-market. Again, was high as much as 20, now at 15. That's very active. Pins is very active. Nice, beautiful gap up. We'll see how this is going to play out. This is going to be a good one, by the way. If it breaks the high and low of the pre-market. So we'll do some levels there. ATVI, not doing a whole lot right now, which is kind of struggling with that 102 high of our pre-market at the moment. Snap, what we got going on with Snap? You know what? I'm going to move Snap down. I really want to move Love up here. I think Love deserves to be on our main list the way it's breaking out here nicely. Hopefully volume comes in. So Snap, we'll take a second look at QCOM. QCOM, I'm going to move down. Yeah, this is the one, because QCOM could be very choppy. They had an amazing day yesterday, but we know how QCOM can be. I don't think the possibility of getting another clean day will be tough on this one. So again, I think the big gap down has already passed. Now we're sitting at an area of support here where we can just chop around a little bit. So I'm just going to move that one down for now to make room for Love here. TIGR, this one is just tanking lovely this morning. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have one too many. We got to get rid of one, and hopefully we'll do that before we close the show here. So let's do some levels for these sevens we have here, but we should really be below 6 or less, right? 7 is way too much. All right, high of the pre-market for MGIN, we have 57 here. So we have a nice high of the pre-market there. Towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market all the way down here at 44. But I'm not going to put a whole lot of weight onto that low of the pre-market. You know, we have our high from yesterday. That's a good level there. Towards the top, you do want to mark this level here. Obviously, a lot of touches at a 52, a 78. Look how many touches you have here. So you want to put that on your chart as well. Right now, we bounced off of that a couple of times. Let's see if we are going to get back up to that 57, which is our high of our pre-market. So again, you're putting in some pretty good volume here. You're up 24%. This is looking very nice. LICI, again, a beautiful drop. A lot of movement in the pre-market. We're still up 8% on this thing. So just picture that. This thing is still very strong. Up 8%. The daily is obviously very extended, guys. I mean, from $4 all the way up to 16, 20. This pre-market high at the moment, $20 right over here. You can mark that the pre-market high, but you also want to have this level here. This one actually, I will put a lot more weight into this 1967 because of how many touches it has. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You have a lot of touches there. You have the one spike here creating the pre-market high, but this here is what you want to look out for if this thing does decide to come back up. Again, right now, not looking so strong at the moment. Towards the bottom, again, you do have another level right here you want to mark down as well. It's kind of support. This thing's kind of been just ping-ponging back and forth between these two levels, 1967 and 1865. So you want to keep that on there. Again, notice the distance in price, right? It might seem close on the charts, but the price are pretty far out. You got almost $1 in here, right? So you want to be careful with that. And then towards the bottom, you got your previous day close, which is your important line there. And I think you're pretty much set here when it comes to LIZI. So we'll see what happens there. It is holding on here, up 7%. This thing was up nicely just before 6:30 a.m. So we'll see where it wants to go here. Are we going to hold that previous day close line, or are we going to go through it and slam down there? Here's pins, guys, very active. A beautiful pop-up this morning. They are up 10%. That's a big move for pins, right? They usually do not move a whole lot. They don't get a whole lot of volume. Today with earnings could be a difference maker, and they're definitely in play this morning. 84.30, low of the pre-market. The high of the pre-market all the way up here at 88.07. Now you're looking at this and saying this pre-market doesn't look as great, and you're right. This stock, pins, usually does not put in a great pre-market action. They're sitting on the NYSE stock exchange, so they're also a little bit trickier to trade. So be mindful of that. You definitely got to be patient and wait for that good setup on pins. But right now they got an amazing volume, 947,000. ATBI has a great pop this morning, struggling. Not a beautiful pre-market action though. This pre-market action does not look great. I might bring this one down, guys. Again, it can have potential. It can trade very well, but at the same time, this pre-market is not showing us that right now. So we'll do levels for it. We'll finish that up. 102.03 high of your pre-market. Towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market at 97.36, right on there. And in between here, you really can't mark any levels as far as the pre-market because you don't have anything going on. And this is the reason why I moved it down. I mean, it's just the pre-market is not great, but this is another one of those stocks that, again, they don't put in a great pre-market action and can still trade very, very well. So we'll keep a close eye on it as possible. Again, their gap up this morning of 10% is real nice. We'll see if that's going to develop into anything later down the line. All right, we do have Snap. Let's take a look at that one. This one is down nicely, 5.2 this morning. They got great volume, guys, 1.2. A great level here at 53. Low of the pre-market, high of the pre-market, sitting. We're creating it right now, looks like, at 55.33. So we just created the high of the pre-market.
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I really like on Snap right now is the past few days we've had this breakout on the daily range, and we've gapped right back down to the top of the prior range, right at the bottom of this new range. Right.
You talking about this range here?
And move up. There's no. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So if it supports there, then there's just no reason that this can't run right back to $60 today.
I agree.
So it might be enough news just to freak a couple people out, let it drop out. But bigger players might use that as an opportunity if they missed out to buy in now, and they can, hoping we're going to run back up this range to 60.
I agree.
It could be fun.
100%. Yeah, I think it is. And they already got the volume, man. 1.2 million, 1.3 right now. I mean, this thing is cranking. And I mean, Snap.
Value
Snap
on the daily too.
Yeah, Snap was sitting at what, $18?
Highest number of shares exchanged on the. Oh, sorry, Carlos.
No, go ahead. Highest number of what?
Highest number of shares traded on the daily chart, calculating in the past 2 months, is right at 53.50. which is exactly where the bottom of our candle today hit in the pre-market.
Right in here.
So
Yeah.
that was a really nice retest of a very significant level.
I
So
agree,
let's keep
man.
an eye on that one for sure.
I think this is it's a good one today, and you can see it now. I mean, just look at the volume coming in here, and look at the way it's trading. So, definitely in play, guys. I really like Snap this morning. We'll keep a close eye on that one. So as far as levels, anything below 53.59, low of the pre-market 53.50 to be exact, right on there. The daily, it's you can see it's very funky in here, very difficult to find a level. It's not as clean as this one. This 53.50. I mean, you could tell how clean this is. Look how clear that area of resistance is. Hence the reason why we're getting that volume there, Thor, as well. I mean, that 53.50 is obviously a very, very important level. Now in here, guys, you're not seeing a whole lot of that. The bottom of this range that's very clear is going to be this 48.42. Clearly right here you have a great area of support. In between here gets a little bit more difficult. I'm going to mark down this one as a minor area, 51.07. You have a moving average around here, and you also have a couple of days touching this, right? So a couple of touches on there, but it's not your 53.51 and it's not your 48.42. I mean, that is very, very clean. All right, let's take a look at TIGR. This thing, it looks like it wants to go back to test this low of the day again, low of the pre-market at 25.21. And then below that, you have the highs and lows from the last two trading days. Heading towards the top here, what do you have? You have your high of your pre-markets all the way above your highs from yesterday. So that's really far out of the range of the price right now. In between here, you have your previous day close. So that's listed there for you. And you can mark down this one too here, 26.15. A little bit higher actually is right here, 26.21. Just have that there's some minor area of support and resistance. Let's see what it does. It's kind of building a little range here at the moment. If it can hold this 25.21, that 26.21 could be a level where it might want to get to again. So we'll take a close look at that. And then here's love. We moved this one up, guys, because again, had a great day yesterday. Possible continuation today, breaking out of this 49.50, guys. 49.50 is a very important level for this stock. Again, a few times going back to November. You know, it tested that one price right on there again in December and again in January. We're doing it one more time today. Maybe the fourth time here we want to get going to 50. So we'll see. But this looks very interesting. Again, action right now. Volume is very, very light. Only 52,000. We need a lot more juice to get going here. But again, I have hopes that this thing can be pretty good today. All right, that is what we have so far, guys. That is our list. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup. Let's bring that in. Let's go ahead and bring that in here. Okay, here we go. Who do we start with? Let's bring this over. Oops, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's our moderators lineup. Let's see what we have going on here. So I'm gonna scroll up. Who do we start with? Looks like we have John. So John is looking at Piton and Baidu for his high of day breakouts. Those are the two on his top of his list. Peter, another big IPO Friday. So we had EVAX opening up, PHVS, IMCR, TERN, Bolt, VOR, LHDX, and plus some SPACs here, JOFFU, and the COVAU, and ATMRU. Man, can they make those tickers any longer? Now, are all the SPACs 5 letters? Is that their thing? Is that their deal? Or it just seems to happen that way? Eamon, he has CCIV, NVIDIA, PINs, secondary list AMC, CCL, and Zoom. Mike has Piton and Baidu as well. Stealing's John's list. He doesn't like anything else. Those two are looking very good. Brian was short this morning on LISI and did cover, so nice there. Good early trade there in the pre-market. Thor, you're watching. I'll let you say what you're watching today.
I'm keeping an eye on Piton. Had a fun day with it yesterday. QCOM, I like that lower level. Pins and Snap, playing that battle there. PLTR, actually a little side news on that one, that they're shoring up some agreements that they've got going on, and I like where they are in their daily range, so I'm going to throw that in there as well. And then on secondary, I'm going to watch basically Ford, Carnival, and S-Bucks just to see if any of those kind of side ideas I have work out.
Okay, excellent. Here we have Brian. He's watching. Wow, Brian's list is long. Snap, Piton, TIGR, SAVA, Love, JG for fun. Looking at BB, VZ, and Apple for swings. Ford, and X for swing. All right, so he's got a couple of swing opportunities here as well. By the way, if you haven't signed up for Brian's swing trading alerts, you can go right to our website and sign up for that. It is completely free, very, very clean email. I don't have a copy of it. I wish I did. Very clean email on what he's watching, what he's looking to get into, and some of the plays, his position that he's looking at. He also has his book. Don't just follow him. Get the book, understand what's happening, and get those alerts. Again, it helps out a lot. So make sure you do that. Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany's watching pins, snap, secondary list, Piton, PLTR, and SAVA. Peter's watching Ford, pins, Piton, secondary list, AMD, snap, PLTR for his secondary. And Andrew's watching pins and snap, lower flow stocks. Yeah, these are all hot today. JG, SAVA, and also LIZI. Again, some pretty great stocks that are moving with a whole lot of volume this morning. Jared has snap/pins. ATVI is very active. We have that on our secondary as well. PLTR, secondary list, JG, and SAVA as well. SAVA. Now, is SAVA a low flow as well? It's not a low flow, but it's very risky though. I know that. What is SAVA? What's the float
it's not
on
a
that
low
one?
flow, but it can have its moments. It can get
Yeah.
a really nasty spread at times.
Gotcha. So you want to be careful on this one. All right, guys. Happy Friday. That completes our watch list for today. Again, we have a pretty good one this morning. It's a lot of stuff moving and a lot of stuff active. So just be patient today because there's a lot going on. As you can see, our list is very big. The moderators list, everybody's watching something slightly different. Andrew's list actually very short for the day that it is today. So that's pretty nice and tight there. But just be careful today. There's a lot going on. What you do not want to do is you do not want to watch 15, 20 stocks and bounce from stock to stock. You do not want to do that on this Friday. So take care. Have a great weekend. And we will see you guys on Monday. So you're just saying peace. You're not going to say bye to our members? What's going on?
Say bye.
All right. Take care.
Have a great week, everyone. Good luck trading.